Okay, today, how to keep yourself accountable. And this is really important, right? Because if you're not accountable, then you're not gonna care when you mess something up. And yeah, so there's two things I have to talk about today. The first thing is one of the greatest inventions ever, and it is the habit tracker. So pretty much, I've got my habit tracker right here. So pretty much, on a page, if you can focus, on a page you write down the month, and you write down all the habits you want to do every day, right? So obviously you have the four you have the four essential habits, and then I wrote YouTube as well because that's just a habit I want to make. And this is for August, and today is August the 7th, and if you can see that, from the 1st to the 7th, every box is ticked other than the reading for today, because I just woke up and I haven't read today. But yeah, so you do it like this, you do it down the whole page. There's the date numbers down the side, and I just drew the boxes all the way down, and then just tick them as I go every day. And this is amazing. If you can, I'd make this page exactly how I have. Obviously you don't have to put YouTube, but I would highly suggest it because YouTube is you can document your learnings like I am here. I'm documenting everything I learned about self-improvement, and I'm helping you guys, and it will turn into a business in the future, in the very near future. Next year I should be making money from this. But yeah, so it's a business, it's something to do with my time, and I'm documenting my learnings, and with that, if I ever need to go back and relearn something, or if I ever, it's just it'll strengthen my understanding of my learning because I am explaining it to someone else, right? There's that study technique where you explain something to someone as if they're like a 5-year-old, and you have to make it so they will understand. It's kind of the same thing. I'm not saying you're 5-year-old, but if I know something well enough to explain it to someone, then that means I probably know it pretty well, right? So this is a really good habit to build as well. I highly suggest it. But you can put other things, one of the things you can put is like praising or complimenting someone, which is just really good in general, right? You want to be nice to people, you want to be liked, you want everyone to like you. So yeah, just praise someone, because praising someone makes the other person feel happier, and it makes you feel happier. So it's really good. I haven't written that here, but I feel like I praise someone every day. Yeah, I feel like I do that automatically now, so I haven't written it in here. And you can also put other skills, if you want to learn video editing, or you want to I don't know, you can put anything, just make sure it's productive. You should getting into nature is an important one, getting out of your house. I go to school every day, so I don't really need that, but if you're someone who is at home most of the time on your computer chair, or if you don't leave your house much, then it's a good habit to write going for a walk, or getting into nature, or something of that nature, just to get out of your house and experience the world. Yeah, so the first one is the habit tracker, which is really important. I think everyone should have one. And as I was saying before, if you can, I would say put it on a piece of paper and stick it on your wall. Stick it on your wall somewhere where you can see it every single day, right? Put it above your computer screen or something. So while you're doing your work on your computer, right above there, you can see when you haven't done your habits. You can see oh, today I haven't meditated. So make sure it's in very good place where you can see it, and then that will force you to. It'll force you to see it, which will force you to do it, which is and once you tick the thing, you get a good boost of you just feel really nice after you've done it, and you feel like shit when you haven't done it. Yeah, so habit tracker. And second thing is something that a lot of people don't it's really frowned upon nowadays, acting like I'm an old guy. It's just frowned upon now, is competition. Use your ego to fuel your self-improvement. This could be a whole separate video on its own, but I think I will make a video on this on its own. But I'll just touch on it here. So, your ego makes you... I don't know how to explain ego. I assume you know what ego is, but like, it's the thing that makes you want to... It makes you want to do better and other people to do worse, right? It wants to make you feel like you are better than everyone. And like, that's all it wants, right? So, what you can do is if you have someone, it doesn't have to be someone you know, it can literally just be some random person you find on the internet that's like about similar to you, or maybe a bit better than you in their self-improvement journey, right? And this is really good, because you see this guy, right? This random dude, you don't know who he is. It could be someone you know. If one of your friends is like on self-improvement with you, and you guys are like around the same level, like you start around the same time, then that's a good way to do it. But a random person works as well. You can find someone on the internet who is on self-improvement and is like kind of like around your level. Or I would suggest picking someone higher than your level, because then that forces you to work harder. If you think, you feel like not meditating today, but then you think, this other guy, Bob guy who I have pictures of on my phone, and he's just a random dude on the internet on self-improvement. Bob meditated today first thing right after he woke up. So if you don't meditate, Bob is gonna beat you. So don't let that happen. And that's how you fuel yourself to want to do these things. You think, I don't want to record a YouTube video today. Well, Bob recorded 3 videos today. Right? So his business is going to do better than yours. And he's going to... Okay, I'm going to say something a little bit, like, out of pocket. But in life, all men are running a race, right? Everyone's running a race. Your whole life is a race. And all men in the world are running this race, even if they don't know it, right? So you're running this race. And person who finishes first, after he wins the race, he gets to the end, he finds a woman, like his like wife, and then he gets to be with her, and then he has family, and then he has the rest of his life, right? And then so on. Like, the second person gets who they want. The third person gets who they want. And, like, the top however many people get exactly the woman they want, right? But further than that, the people don't. They have someone they want. They have their future wife, the mother of their children, waiting at the end of the race. And they voluntarily slow down so someone can overtake them and steal their wife. So this is what I was getting at. This is kind of dark, but like, just bear with me. If you have this competitor, even if this guy's your friend, like obviously he's not like in real life, he might not like fuck your wife, but if you don't do the habit and he does, if you don't meditate today and he does, if he makes 3 videos and you make none, he's gonna fuck your wife. That's a very dark way of thinking about it, but that's kind of how the world is. It's how our caveman, like how our instinctual, animalistic brain is thinking about things. Like, you have to do the work now so that you can get what you want later on. Because if you don't do it, someone else is going to take what you want. And that's a very dark truth that I didn't think I was going to talk about in this video, but yeah. So, don't let someone else fuck your wife. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. And yeah, use your inner like alpha male to like fuel your competition. Like, I feel like I'm very blessed in that sense. Like, I'm quite masculine in that sense, that I love competition and I'm really competitive. I play lots of sports, so when it comes to competition, I feel like I thrive in competition because I just love it. And I'm very grateful to have grown up like that. Like, a lot of people aren't, and it's not their fault that they don't have that trait, but like, I do, so I'm grateful for that. Anyways, I hope you made a habit tracker. If you haven't made one, I would make one for every month, because especially on this page, it fits perfectly. It's 31. It's like 32 lines, and then on the top line, you write the thing, and then, yeah. So, habit tracker is like the practical, like, do now kind of advice. Like, make this right now, and if you can, stick it on your wall. I can't stick it on my wall because my dad works in my room, and like, you know, there's a whole other thing to talk about. But yeah, so make a habit tracker. Be obsessed with it. Make sure you get the ticks. And something I read in the 4-Hour Work Week is get all your important tasks done before 11 a.m. So all 5 of these habits, try and achieve them as early in the morning as you can. And that, I feel like that just really helps to set, it makes the rest of your day feel better, and it makes sure that you don't put off these tasks. And another thing from the 4-Hour Work Week is when you're choosing that, like, another habit to put on. So I put YouTube because I've been putting off making these YouTube videos for like, I've been putting them off for like months before I started. But yeah, so in the 4-Hour Work Week, he says, if you did one task the whole day, and like, if you did just this one task the whole day, would you be happy with your work? And for me, that task was YouTube. If I made a video and I uploaded it, I would be happy with my day. I wouldn't be so happy if I missed my meditation and my exercise, but like, if I just meditated that day, it feels like a normal day, right? But if I just made that YouTube video, I would be so proud with myself because I hadn't made that video in like, it's been so long since I've been wanting to, but I never did. So I put it on my habit tracker, and now look what it's done. I'll open so I have my July one here as well. So since the 14th of July was when I made my first video. Okay, this doesn't look that consistent. It's been like, I'll say like, out of the last 15 days of the month, I've made like 8 videos, I think, of July. And in the first 7 days of August, I've made a video every single day. And I've made multiple most of these days. And I think I'm going to make multiple today as well. So, yeah. That's it. Make a habit tracker to track your habits. And use your inner masculine competition. Use your ego to fuel your self-improvement. So yeah, that's it for me. Goodbye.